our show. Our play is called Two Greedy Children.
There was once a king and a queen who were fair and kind and honest. They ruled their land fairly. The kingdom was peaceful, prosperous, and happy. The king and queen had just one problem: their two children. These two children were cruel, selfish, and mean, but above all, greedy.
So mean! Get out of my way!
Get out of my way! So mean! At royal parties, they would push, poke, and barge their way to the front of the line for the buffet. Then they would gorge themselves eating and drinking until they could hardly move.
One day, the king and queen decided to do something about these two awful children. In the middle of the night, the royal guards woke the two children and marched them downstairs into a dark room they had never seen before.
Wake up now!
Wake up! Hey, I don't care how tired you are.
Yeah, me either.
Inside the room was a table. On the table was every kind of food you can imagine. There were pies and puddings, cakes and candies, buns and breads, roasts and rolls, tarts and pastries, and dish upon dish of tasty things.
Standing next to this table, heaving with goodies, were the king and queen, looking very stern. The king commanded his children to eat the food that the royal kitchen had prepared for them, but they must follow two important rules when doing so. Children looked at each other, then at the king and queen, and then at the food, their mouths watering.
Rule number 1, you must eat with these long-handled spoons. Rule number 2, you must hold them at the very end. If you break both of these rules, you will throw into the dungeon, and you know what that means.
The king and queen then walked out of the room, locking the door behind them. The two greedy children rushed forward to grab the spoons, pushing each other out of the way.
This is mine!
Mine!
No!
Mine! However much they pushed, shoved, and yelled at each other, the children were unable to eat even a crumb of the tasty food. Day 1. Day 2. And day 3.
It was only after 3 days of trying, when they were weak with hunger and almost crazy with frustration, that they came up with the idea of helping each other. I know what we could do. We can cooperate.
That's a great idea. We could feed each other.
Yeah, that's right. They figured out that they could eat the food only if they fed each other with the long-handled spoons. Only by cooperating, taking turns, and carefully feeding each other were they able to get any food at all. The next day, the king and queen opened the doors of the room and found two very different children inside. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
I'm sorry for being too annoying to,
Finally, they had learned how to think of others, how not to be selfish, and how to work as a team.